It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And it is Wizard basketball tonight as the Washington Wizards go up against the Detroit Pistons out at Little Caesars Arena. Well, for Detroit, playing under 500 basketball over the last 10 games, they can do better, and they'll try to get on the winning side tonight. And tonight, we get to see one of the faces of the NBA, Blake Griffin. He's battled a number of injuries, but Kenny, he's still one of the league's better power forwards.
He gives you a lot of things, Ernie, and I really believe if he didn't get injured early on, he would have been higher in the MVP voting last year. Terrific passer, tries to improve his range every season, now shooting threes.
Kenny, what are you talking about? Everybody gets injured. Let's just talk about how he adds a physical presence. You know, it's too bad him and Chris Paul could never reach the finals together.
Well, I'm not going to argue with that.
Me either.
You don't want to argue.
That does it for us. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.
Knock you out.
Mama said.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We are live from the Motor City. Welcome to Detroit and an Eastern Conference contest for the Pistons. Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2K Sports. And do we have a present for you today? Kevin Harlan here, joined by our analyst, Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. Plus, reporting from the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And, of course, Derrick Rose. And it's very apparent he's looking incredibly comfortable with his new team, making already some very nice contributions. Fans and coaching staff alike have been enjoying what they've been seeing from his play, what he's brought so far.
And as you were mentioning, I mean, that trade has this team buzzing. You can see it in the warm-up line, how loose and confident they look now with him on that roster.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Thanks very much. Andre Drummond is the most prolific rebounder in the league. He said, every time I see a shot go up, it's like a pass to me. Guys focus on points and getting assists. My goal is to go out and get 20 rebounds a night. Kevin?
He definitely is tough to handle in there, David. Thanks so much. Well, we're around the halfway point now, Doris. Some clubs are obviously in a rebuild mode, but it can be hard for many team owners to accept that and accept that path they're on.
Well, when you've been the guy to make that financial investment, there can be a little bit of impatience because one of your responsibilities is keep people in the seats. You've got to pay the bills. What you have to do is you make clear to the fans the vision that they have. If you make it clear, Kev, maybe they can sort of embrace the rebuild and celebrate the step-by-step progress.
So Detroit will get the first possession. And now Washington starting group. Wall and Beal pair together at the 1 and the 2. Bryant is out there with Wagner, and it's Brown in at the 3 slot. Now here's Griffin. Down low. Here's Drummond. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Drummond's got the opening field goal of the game for the Pistons. Wall against Rose. Right side, Wall. Brown outside. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That is his first foul of the game.
And that's a quick foul for him there. It looks like the refs are going to call this one pretty close.
Here's Wagner. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Pacers in Indianapolis. Out to the right wing. Wizards passing it around. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
The Wizards shooting their first free throw tonight.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
One shot.
free throw good from Brown. And for Detroit, a lot of changes, Greg, in their front office this past offseason.
A new GM and Dwayne Casey brought in to coach. Could see a drastic shift in style and approach for the Pistons moving forward.
Count it. Griffin's got his first bucket in this one.
And just the sheer power of Griffin, one of the best finishers in the league after contact. Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. And Detroit has possession after the basket by Washington. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
I feel like they could execute this play in their sleep. Griffin, one of the premier alley-oop finishers in the league.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now here's Brown. A 17-point game for him in the win against the Pacers in Indianapolis. And the basket is good. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Wall against Rose. Lobbed up there for Drummond. And no good that time.
Yeah, that's just a missed opportunity. Something there just a little off.
Yeah, simply a little bit careless, I think. Can't just throw it up there. You have to time these alley-oops perfectly.
Wall with the steal. And now Beal pushing it up, and no one back to stop him. And good, coming off the assist by Wall.
Boy, the offense is really clicking. 4 for 5 from the field to start. Nice.
Rose finds Snell. Now here's Drummond. He's covered by Brown. Tries from the block. And that one's good. Griffin's got 6.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
Greg, the defense better start to disrupt his rhythm, or it's going to be an awfully long night for them.
Now here's Brown. Pass to Wall. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Rose. Wall's shot is off.
Yeah, and he had the D tangled up there with that patented crossover. Just couldn't convert the finish.
Kennard kicks to Snell. The 11-footer. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. For Washington, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Here's Beal. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Snell, that's good. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Wall against Rose. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Guys, think about the first time John Wall registered his first triple-double. Only 4 players in NBA history had registered it in fewer games than he did. Think about these names: Oscar Robertson, Connie Hawkins, Magic Johnson, and Hambone Williams. Incredible.
And that one misses. And when you look at Wall, the speed, the length, the skill, Doris, this is a guy who can carry your team.
And we talk a lot about his physical attributes and how those translate to success. The blinding speed. It's the instincts to me and the competitive streak, though, guys, that makes John Wall very special.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Morris comes in for Tony Snell. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Rose. And he sinks the second.
From the moment he stepped into the NBA from the University of Kentucky, John Wall has been hungry and motivated to prove he belongs listed with the top players in the game.
There's Galloway. His last outing, he had 8 points. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, you think about the Washington Wizards and the problems they have had on the interior defending. Last year, they gave up a ton of points in the paint, and for the past 3 years, they've been around the bottom of the league for block shots.
The first free throw is good. And Doris, so much of Washington's talent lately has been on the perimeter.
Right, it begins with an all-star backcourt. You've got the ferociously fast John Wall and the sweet shooting Bradley Beal. But I think they do need to balance that with a little bit of interior play.
Frazier, he's checked in for Detroit. Galloway hits both of them.
You know, it's amazing. Galloway completely unheralded before catching on with the Knicks. This is the guy who is the first ever call-up from their D-League affiliate, and he's showing he belongs.
Now here's Beal. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Indiana.
And I felt like his offense fed right into his D. He caused a bunch of turnovers. There was just no let-up in him all night.
And here's Frazier after Isaiah Thomas made that last three-pointer. Oh, Morris in position. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Well, obviously, in terms of temperament so far, it's been a bit of an up-and-down career for Morris. But he sure can put points on the board.
Here's Thomas. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. All with it. Out to the wing. Off target from three-point range. Pass to Frazier. Wall with the steal. That's good for Thomas on the assist from Wall. Wall's got 4 assists in the game.
And they are going toe-to-toe here tonight, guys. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
It really is, Greg. These squads are evenly matched. They are going at it right now.
Now here's Griffin. He had 13 points in the win against Atlanta. Morris, no good. Frazier against Beal. He dishes it to Wall, and it's blocked. There's Galloway. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Got that one up quick.
You know, the easy one there. You know, Galloway able to read the defense, finding his man for the great setup. Pretty.
And here's Wall. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Pacers in Indianapolis.
And guys, remember, remarkable passing the ball as well. He racked up a number of good assists.
And the Pistons with possession here. Bradley Beal missing from long range. Thomas gets a wide open look. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Thomas got 7 points. So for the Pistons, their last game, a win against Atlanta. Frazier outside. In the corner, it's Galloway. Back to Frazier. He kicks to Drummond. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Drummond's got his second basket of the night.
And both offenses in rhythm here to start the game.
Boy, these teams can't miss so far. If you love good offense, this is your game.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. Andre Drummond in his mid-20s. He's led the league in rebounding 3 consecutive seasons. And Greg, last season was his best one yet.
Really, I think, established himself as the franchise player for the Pistons. They'll go as far as he can take them. At the same time, though, I think the acquisition of Blake Griffin will only help to mature his game.
C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Washington. Smith comes in for John Wall. Here's Galloway. That one doesn't go. Now the Wizards take it the other way. And this is their first time matched up with the Pistons this year.
And they were able to take the season series in that matchup last year. But overall, 2 teams that were very similar in the standings.
It's tipped.
The D feels like it's everywhere, and that pass should not have been made.
Maker with the ball. Mahimi on him. Back to Galloway. Oh, good with the triple. Washington has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Outside for Miles. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Miles has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Well, this is where C.J. Miles has made his bones as an NBA player, right? We know he can make long-distance shots, spacing the defense.
Pass to Maker. Fires the 3. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And that's how you answer back.
Well, you can tell that was a little give good, get good. Executed well on the offensive end, connects on the deep threat.
Mahinmi with it, now guarded by Maker. There's Thomas with the three. That one, no good. The Pistons go the other way with it. Mikhailuk. Washington with the rebound.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
From outside the arc, another three for Detroit.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Now here is Smith. No points in the game yet for him. Takes the 13-footer. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
What a phenomenal quarter from the field. A great shooting percentage, excellent shots. This is really well done.
That shot wide open. And the Pistons lead by 6.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now here's Thomas. He's got 9. Nice ball movement by Washington. Now the pass to Mahinmi. Here's Bertans for 3. Morris with the rebound. And it's Frazier with the ball for the Detroit Pistons. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
I think, Greg, you can't expect to win with that kind of effort. The defense was nowhere to be found, and it cost them all night long.
Now Smith, after Markieff Morris's three-pointer that didn't go. Clock at 6. Three-pointer. And it's Smith missing.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Galloway, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Doris, statistically, today's game is picked apart by so many different ways. But for you, what are the statistical areas that you are most interested in?
Well, I think one of the things that can be undervalued, particularly from the defensive side of the ball, are things like deflections or charges taken or even shots contested. And I say those things, Kevin, because deflections force an offense to restart. Charges taken gets a possession for your team. And shots contested affects, obviously, the field goal percentage of the team you're guarding. So it's all of those little defensive stats that you really have to track and be monitoring to understand the value that they have on winning.
Very interesting. Both free throws good from Smith.
When the Washington Wizards are healthy, you know that their game is to get out and transition. But you think back to a year ago, they lost John Wall for half of those games. So that really took its toll on their transition ability.
Back to Morris. He feeds it to Snell. The numbers in their favor. Miles the pass to Wagner. In the corner, Smith with it. And now the Pistons fast break. Here's Snell. Another shot. Here's Maker. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line. Here's a peek now at the 2K leaderboard. This year, these teams have made the most of their offensive rebounds. In fourth, the Pistons.
And just having a terrific year on the offensive glass, it's because everybody buys in. Not just the big men, but even the guards are getting in on the act.
No good on that one. And talking about the effect of Wall's absence last year, Doris, it also hurt their ability to create turnovers.
Well, the two go hand in hand, Kevin, because steals obviously lead to transition opportunities. And John Wall, of course, one of the very best in the league at turning you over and then going to the other end to get an easy one.
The drive by Smith from the arc. And it's Miles missing.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
Now, here is Morris. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
Attacking the rack to great effect.
Detroit shooting their fifth free throw of the game here.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
I think one thing Dwayne Casey has learned is it's important to keep your star players fresh by managing minutes in the regular season. That way, you're not worried about fatigue or injury.
Now, here's Miles. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Indiana. Shot clock at 6. Smith finds Bryant. And Maker sends it back. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Kennard's shot is off. Wizards trail by 8. And the wide open shot from Miles. Kennard with the rebound.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's not how you capitalize on the offensive end. You simply have to be more patient.
To the right side. Lets it go with the 3. Hits it from three-point range. Kennard's got 6.
And from the opening tip, they have been in complete control of this one.
Yeah, you know, it looks like they've wanted it more. Outstanding hustle and determination throughout.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And don't go away. We'll be right back. Certainly a challenging matchup tonight, but Isaiah Thomas said they were looking forward to it.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be tough. But I think the most poised team is going to win tonight. No matter if teams go on runs or not, things aren't going your way, you're not getting any calls, you got to be poised. We're ready for the challenge, and hopefully we can get the win.
That's all you can do, right? Stay locked in and play for one another.
And no pressure. You're the underdog. Let it fly and have some fun.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And the Pistons have been rolling right along, haven't they?
Well, I mean, they just got hot early from beyond the arc, and we'll just have to wait and see if they can keep that going.
Well, you just try to keep riding this wave, right? They've been absolutely dominant from three-point territory.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And Detroit looking at who they've got. Maker out there with Markieff Morris. Then there's Derrick Rose. Then there's Tony Snell. And it's Kennard in at the 2 spot. Here's Smith following the score by Derrick Rose. The kick out to Wall. Buries it down low.
How about that finish by John Wall? The defense was not bad. He's just that good.
Pass to Morris. Here's Kennard. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That's his first foul. A different look here for Detroit. Andre Drummond's checked in for Thon Maker. And Blake Griffin's subbed in for Markieff Morris. Beal's checked in for Washington. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Here's Drummond. That shot off, and it's Washington the other way. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And look, it's always tough to win on the road. You've got to go in with the right mindset, and they did.
I think, Greg, they didn't let the crowd or the noise get to them, and they have to be happy with how they played and executed on the road in that one.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
The Pistons went for it last season, bringing in Blake Griffin and trading away picks and players. Didn't work out the way they wanted, but they are determined to make a go of it. They're in a brand new building, and they hope that their moves in the future will draw fans back to the franchise. Kevin?
Good overview, David. Thank you. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. And Beal kicks to Wall. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Wall's got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, John Wall has always been such a reliable mid-range scorer. That short area quickness and elevation, so good.
Here's Kennard. He's covered by Beal. Kennard, the pass to Drummond.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Outside Rose. Back to Drummond. Just 5 on the clock. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field. And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for the Washington Wizards. They trail by 6.
You know, it's so rare to see a player who really struggles at the free throw line dramatically improve their free throw percentage. But that's exactly what Andre Drummond did last season, taking it from the 30s, how about up into the 60s.
Here's Drummond following the basket by John Wall. Drummond, it's good. Drummond's got 8 points.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Here's Beal. Rebound, Detroit. Griffin's got 4 rebounds in this game. And 60% of the free throw line, below average for an NBA player. But for Drummond, it changes everything.
I mean, opposing teams much less likely to use that hack-a-shack method. That keeps him on the floor and, more importantly, allows him to be aggressive offensively and just attack the rim.
A lot of guys can take over a game, Doris, at a moment's notice. You snap of your finger. In your mind, who goes that quickly into that zone and takes over like that?
I'll tell you this, the guy who comes first to my mind is Klay Thompson. I mean, what we've seen this guy achieve in a 12-minute quarter and the speed with which the ball from the touch of his fingertips to the release is incredible. Damian Lillard, another guy, doesn't get it off quite as fast as Klay, but can put 20-30 in a quarter in a heartbeat. Guys like Kyrie Irving, Russell Westbrook, when they start cooking, boy, you better step out that kitchen because you're going to be in trouble, Kevin.
You are. Well said.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
Washington shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight, and the Pistons making a change here. Frazier's checked in, and a switcher also for Washington. Bertanis, he's checked in for Wagner. A free throw drops for Bryant. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Thomas against Frazier. To the left side wing. Here's Rose. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Rose has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, absolutely fearless. And this is one thing you can say about Derrick Rose. He's never had trouble converting in the painted area.
Wall against Rose. Right side, Wall. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. John Wall, probably as pure a point guard as you're going to find in the NBA.
And go back to what his college coach told John Wall at the start of his NBA career. Your speed is lethal, and he has become a master at manipulating that speed and turning it into great shots for himself or great shots for his teammates. And what I appreciate perhaps more than anything else about John Wall, aside from his competitive streak, is his commitment to make himself a better shooter, because it's been integral to his success.
Now here's Frazier. Here's Galloway. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Galloway's got 8 points.
You know, such a great example of Galloway not needing a lot of time to get off that catch and shoot.
Washington calls timeout.
And Blake Griffin said early in his career he used to rely on his athleticism to get by. He said the problem was every season he'd be worn out by February. So diversifying his offensive game has helped him to kind of withstand the rigors of a long NBA season.
Brown is checked in for Luke Kennard. And as we're reaching the end of the calendar year, here's a great chance to delve into the updated power rankings. Look at Toronto. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And I think for Detroit, they just can't seem to find the mojo they need to move up the rankings. They've tinkered with their lineup, but so far they just keep getting the same results.
And Beal kicks to Wall. Wizards passing it around. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. Here's Frazier. That one off the back iron and out. And Greg, you look at a lot of the volume dunkers over the years, their bodies often wear down. You think of Amari Stoudemire, Antonio McDyess, even Dwight Howard.
Yeah, I think Griffin could see the writing on the wall. He used to get over 200 dunks in the season. Now less than half that number. But the trade-off hopefully will be longevity and an increased skill set.
Beal taking his time here. It's stolen by Frazier. It's Brown on the wing. Baseline J on the way. That one wide left.
Well, can't find the target, but good work to get into open space inside the arc.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Now here's Thomas. He's got 9. Kicks to Mahinmi. Looks for Thomas. Gets it to him. He gets it in there. And now just a 5-point Piston lead.
Well, don't worry that he's 5'9", folks. Can he make interior shots? You bet. Go ahead, IT.
Brown, good.
I'll tell you, they're willing to give him that shot, and he takes advantage of it.
And it's Wall with the ball for the Washington Wizards. The dish to Beal. Shoots. And the Wizards getting another bucket right there.
Now, this is an example of where he's grown. Bradley Beal getting it done in the screen and roll.
Pistons leading by 6. Frazier outside. Five to shoot. It's deflected. Wall with the steal. Beal finds Thomas. Back to Beal. There's the 3. And again, Washington with the triple.
Now, this guy's deadly from the perimeter. Beal never hesitates.
Pass to Griffin. Dishes it to Brown. Now the feed to Drummond. And oh, here we go. Wall, nobody back.
Can you tell how confident and comfortable John Wall is putting a team on his back? Do you not love the athletic guard who stays aggressive?
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit.
Well, you look at a guy like Jan Mahinmi who plays the center position, and certainly that's a position that's evolving in today's NBA game. And Mahinmi has done his best to change with it. Changed his diet to become a little bit lighter and more mobile, which is crucial.
Both teams will make substitutions. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east. Already we are in December, taking a look at Washington. Here in the middle of the regular season, they've been able to get the 4th best record in the conference. And checking out Detroit, 8.5 games behind them.
And right now for the Pistons, hanging where they are, right in the middle of the standings, will not make things easy for them down the stretch.
Oh, that's for sure. I mean, this is where the pressure really starts to build. Any little slip-up between here and the end of the season, and they could find themselves sitting at home for the playoffs.
Ish Smith, he's checked in for Beal. On defense, the Wizards, they trail by 1. Fade away, and it's in there.
Well, this is how Morris makes his living. Lethal on the mid-range jumper.
Washington's gotten it going from downtown in the second quarter. They're 3 of 3 on 3-pointers. Thomas passes to Wagner. Here's Bertans, defended by Griffin. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Now that we have the chance to show you the teams in the top of the NBA in steals this year. In the 3rd position, the Wizards.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
I tell you, as good as he is at the line, it allows him to invite contact when he's down low.
There's Galloway, covered by Smith. Right side, Griffin. Lays it up off the glass. Griffin's got 8 points.
It was all about his athleticism when Griffin first came into the league, but it didn't take long to see he was about a lot more than that. He's got serious skills down low.
C.J. Miles, the veteran scorer, over a dozen years of service, and his shooting keeps him in demand.
Well, think back. Miles was actually a second-round pick, and it took him a couple of years to find his role. But boy, has he steadily become a deadly threat from beyond the arc.
Detroit's gone 7 of 11 from deep tonight, using the three-pointer to their advantage. Here's Galloway. The shot drops. His shooting percentage improves. He's 3 for 7 now with that basket.
You know, at 6'2", Galloway has got size, but he combines that with athleticism, and that's how you attack the rim right there.
Now, here's Miles. Thomas passes to Wagner. It's stolen by Maker. Mikhailuk. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. And now a 6-point Detroit lead.
You know, the vision there from Galloway. He keeps his head up, scanning the floor. Beautiful.
Now Smith. His last outing, he had 8 points. Here's Wagner. Clock at 6. They get a hand on it.
Yeah, good job. Just staying alert there, snatching up that long rebound.
Here's Morris. Bertans grabs the board. Wizards trail by 6. Miles with it. And Thomas has it in the corner. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Thomas got 5 points now in the quarter.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Tipped away. And so it's Washington with it. Washington's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. Smith kicks to Thomas. Another one falls for Washington.
Well, you have to stay attached to Isaiah Thomas because in catch-and-shoot situations, this guy is ready to fire.
Passes it to Morris. 1:39 left to play in the first half. And Markieff Morris out of Kansas, a spread 4, as they say.
And able to stripe it from anywhere on the floor. A good secondary scorer who can also create his own shot on the block at times.
You see, Markieff Morris to me is a guy I want on my team. He came into the league as a tremendous mid-range shooter, but he understands today's NBA, you need the three-point ball as part of your arsenal, and he's worked to get it. You know he's going to rebound. He's going to defend at a high level. I love Markieff Morris.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Thomas against Rose. Snell dishes to Morris. A three-pointer, no good. You're talking about Morris. You need guys on the roster who complement everyone, yet give you consistent production.
Maybe the best attribute of Markieff Morris is the edge he plays with, because when he's engaged, he can give you a level of physicality that's crucial in today's NBA. There's a tough guy attitude that he wears on his sleeve, and I love it.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Yeah, with the score this close, guys, I am shocked at the lack of defensive aggressiveness. That has to be shored up.
Detroit making a switch here. Kennard's checked in. That's good from Snell.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Thomas surveying the D. There's 48 seconds left in the first half. Back to Brown. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Thomas got 4 assists in the game.
Isaiah Thomas has a tremendous basketball IQ. His instinct is to score, but can he get his guys open? You bet.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Isaiah Thomas.
And unfortunately, injuries will always be the concern with Derrick Rose. Still loves the game of basketball, knows he is limited compared to what he once was. Amazing with all he's fought through, he can still perform at such a high level.
Rose hits them both.
Well, an interesting thing about Derrick Rose, right? Over his career, he's been an up and down jump shooter, but he's been remarkably consistent from the free throw line.
Bonga. And Maker sends it back. Over to the wing. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Pistons have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them. That's good from Snell. And he makes both free throws. There's 18 seconds left in the second quarter. Rose against Wall. To the inside with 4 seconds on the clock. It's good, and the Piston lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Miles.
That's dogged determination by Miles, right? Gets deep inside, works his magic. Go to town, C.J. Miles.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. The Pistons on top, up by 3. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks. Tight game tonight, Dwayne. How do you break this thing open in the second half?
Well, number one is we got to make sure we get in a defensive disposition. You know, right now we're kind of trading buckets. We're anticipating, putting them on the foul line. So we got to play from an anticipatory style of defense, whereas we're not reacting to where they have us on our heels.
Case, thanks for your time. Back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports, the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Boy, we have a lot to discuss. From the get-go, it was Detroit who came out strong. During one stretch, they were leading by as many as 11, really playing as a unit. After a well-executed first quarter, they held the lead by 11. Things got dicey in the second quarter as the tables turned, but they still had enough left in the tank to finish the half up by 3. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
Well, I thought that turning point was when the bench came in. Those guys really hustled, and they gave the team some energy, and then they started to score baskets. That was a bonus.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Washington?
Well, they faced an all-out aerial assault, bombs everywhere. But they're still in position to win this game. But they were bombed from deep all half long, Ernie. They need to revamp the perimeter approach on defense. They don't need to take everything away, but they got to make it harder.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
Welcome back, everyone. The lights of Motown reflecting brightly off the Detroit River. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. We're seeing a tremendous game from Isaiah Thomas.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
I don't think you could ask for anything more from this guy. He has been fantastic to start this one.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. So on the floor for Washington. Ball at point with Beal to his side. They're the deadly backcourt pair. Wagner out there with Bryant. And it's Brown in at the small forward. Out left to the wing. Rose against Wall. Rose kicks to Snell. Right side Griffin. Pistons passing it around. Kennard's shot is off. He has a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Bradley Beal became a first-time All-Star in 2018, but he knows the next step is becoming a better leader. He said, "Sometimes I can be nonchalant, locked into myself and not saying anything. It's just my personality, and as a leader, you can't be that way. You have to encourage your teammates and don't be afraid to say things. Don't be afraid to be a leader." Kevin?
Good story, D.A. Thank you. And here's Wall. Brown feeling it out a bit. Left side, Beal. 6 on the shot clock. Shot from 12. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Beal's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Wizards. Outside Rose to the paint. Here's Griffin. And Wagner pulls it down. Wagner's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
How good is that pass from John Wall? My man doing some work right now.
Rose against Wall. Here's Griffin. The good-looking shot from the wing. Griffin's got it all tied up now for the Pistons.
Well, after missing their first 3 shots, they finally get one to go in this half.
There's Rose with the 3. Washington with the rebound.
You know, coming out of the break, you want a fast start. They go 1 for 5.
Inside. Wagner can't hit. And so Griffin will bring it up for the Pistons. They've led by as many as 11 points. There's Rose with the 3. Nice D from Wall. For Washington, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Beal from long range. That shot misses. And it's Detroit the other way. Griffin finds Snell. And the 3 off target. Washington's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And there's the foul. It's on Tony Snell. That's his 3rd foul of the game. 3 minutes gone now in the 3rd quarter. Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath. And let's review some numbers for Griffin. Averaging about 23 points per, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. He has been at his most dynamic, no question about it, a real handful.
Let's make no mistake, one of the elite talents in the NBA and operating at the highest level right now.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Rose kicks to Griffin. Back to Rose. It's stolen by Wall. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Brown's got the ball. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. And the pass to Wagner. Right side, Bryant. Drummond with the block.
Drummond mixes defensive smarts with elite physical tools, and that's what makes him a solid defender. He's going to get his hands on a few shots each and every game.
And so it's Washington with it. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. There's Brown with the three.
And they may want to work on getting more high percentage shots. They have the lead, but the three-point shots haven't been falling for them like they were in the first half.
As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
To the middle, Griffin with the steal. And here's the fast break. Here's Snell, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
2 shots, foul, 2.
He's shooting free throws, number 4 in 5 here.
And when he's gotten himself to the line this season, he's come through right around 74% of the time.
Take a break, 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Washington making some changes. Bertanis, he's checked in for Wagner, and Smith subbed in for Brown. And so Snell nails both of them. Now here is Smith. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Now here is Smith from past the arc. Beal can't get it to go.
Well, they've been playing some tough defense on him in this period, and it's starting to affect him. This guy's having trouble finding the target right now. Outstanding pass. He reads the play as it develops, and his lead pass is absolutely perfect.
Smith kicks to Bertans. Shot to stop the run, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul against Detroit.
Well, Bradley Beal is turning himself into one of the elite two-way players in the NBA. Go back to 2017 when he becomes the youngest player in NBA history to make 700 career three-pointers. It happens to be the same season that he was voted into his first All-Star game, and his coach believes he should be one of the best defensive players on the perimeter in the NBA. Let's watch and see.
No good on the free throw. And watching Beal now, much more assertive than when he first entered the league.
You know what, Kevin? The physical tools for Bradley Beal have always been there. He's got great size at the guard position. He's a knockdown shooter. He is a quiet leader, but an effective leader. And he's learning how to be the voice of a team. There is so much to like about Bradley Beal.
And Bradley Beal earning that first All-Star nod in 2018, a top 20 scorer. He can hurt you from just about anywhere on the court.
Outside for Griffin. No good on the 3. Wizards trail by 4. To the inside. Bertanis missed inside. And Beal just turned 25. Have we seen his best, or do you think he can take his game to even another level?
I think the key is going to be him staying healthy. Injuries have kind of plagued him early in his career. With health, he'll be able to refine his game and fortify his defense and expand that offensive repertoire.
Here is Bryant. After the made shot from Andre Drummond, Griffin with the steal. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Galloway, covered by Smith. Yep, it counts. And now it's an 8-point Piston lead.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Washington's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Washington calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Morris is checked in for Kennard. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Washington. Thomas comes in for John Wall. Here's Galloway. 10 points for him. That one falls. Galloway's got 12.
You know, Galloway just so calm inside. Even when he's challenged on the shot, he's got a lot of poise for a guard.
Enzo Thomas will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. 7-point differential. Smith, the pass to Bryant. Over Drummond. And it's Bryant missing. The Pistons have gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. And then Griffin with the dunk.
And that's the trademark Griffin finish. Get in tight, elevate, and throw it down with authority. Big fella is a beast down low.
Now, here's Thomas. He's got 18. Over in the corner, Bertans. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Thomas got his 5th assist in this one.
Well, what a combination of size and touch that makes him a nightmare matchup from three-point range. Wow.
Here's Morris. 6 points for him. Back to Galloway. Just 5 to shoot. Morris outside. Again, the Pistons good for 2.
How about the focus by Markieff Morris, undeterred with the hand in his face.
Smith outside, near the three-point line. It's Thomas. Pistons leading by 8. Here's Galloway. He's got 12. In the corner, it's Morris. Back to Galloway. Griffin down low. He's guarded by Thomas. Griffin's shot is good.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
I'll tell you, you got to admire the energy. This guy really wants to put this one away.
Now here's Bryant. He has 5. Here's Miles. Shoots over Griffin. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Andre Drummond picks one up.
Well, how intelligent is C.J. Miles at using his size? Such a dangerous shooter, and the defense obviously respects him.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here. And he makes the first.
Well, the lefty C.J. Miles continues to get it done. Such an excellent shooter and length on the defensive end. A good two-way player.
And Washington making a change here. Wagner's checked in. He's off on the second. Doris for both charting game action and improving player health. The players now are being tracked by the player tracking devices or chips in their jersey during a game.
I love it, Kevin, because what it enables teams to do is measure the impact and the toll it can take on a player. For example, we now know that player X ran 5 miles on this particular night in this game action environment. And what that affords you is, okay, if you have a back-to-back situation, then you're going to be more careful with that player's minutes the next night. Or if it's an off day, Kevin, you can just say to that player, listen, unless we're doing a walkthrough, you're not involved. I want you off your feet and recovering. Anything that helps the competitive environment that these players are playing in, I'm all for it, Kev.
That was an excellent example. I like that. There's Galloway. He's got 14. On the wing, Morris. Back to Galloway. Got a hand on it. Now Miles. He's got 13. The shot's good from Smith. Pistons leading by 6. Galloway finds Morris. Back to Galloway. He scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
We've seen when Galloway is aggressive, he can give you big games, and he's really been delivering.
Thomas passes to Wagner. Now here is Smith from downtown, and there's Miles. That's good on the assist by Smith. Miles has got 10 points here in the second half. Here's Galloway. He's guarded by Thomas. Pass to Drummond. Miles against Morris, and he banks in the layup. Morris has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Just a really good finisher inside. Morris showing aggressiveness at the point of attack.
Here's Thomas, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And it's been a tough past season and a half for Isaiah Thomas. Traded from Boston to Cleveland, and then once again traded to the Lakers. Rare to see a guy get traded twice in a season following an MVP caliber performance like he had back in 2017.
First free throw is good. And it takes a certain team for Thomas to fit in with well. Wasn't the case, though, with the Cavs.
Yeah, Thomas is a point guard, not a pass guard. He's a guy that's going to look to score more than anything else. And it didn't quite work with the Cavs, but you put him in an up-tempo offense, that young man can flourish. Still young enough and is with a team more suited, I think, for his skills now. I bet he has a big bounce back year.
And that's a foul called on Davis Bertans. That's his 3rd foul of the game. .136 left in the 3rd quarter. Morris inside. Brown on him. Morris with the bucket.
Well, there's the intensity of Morris. Playing angry, finishing through contact. Nice.
Now, here's Thomas. Guarded closer. Bertans kicks to Wall. Over Thomas. Off the left rim and out.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Now here's Wall. Thonmaker unable to get his last shot to go. There's 48 seconds left to play in the 3rd. Drummond trying to get himself free. Galloway with the bucket. Galloway has got 18 points in the game.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Wagner passes to Wall. Here's Wagner. He's guarded by Thomas. It'll go, and the Detroit lead is cut down now to just 6, and the basket from Wagner.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
And here's Morris for 3. Poked loose. Galloway kicks to Maker. Drummond passes to Maker. Cans it from downtown. He's got 7. 7 seconds left to play in the 3rd. All taking his time here. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And you can't end the period any better than that.
Well, you call that a perfect closeout. You love the aggressiveness on the offensive end leading to that final shot.
And so it's Detroit, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for the Pistons. They've led by as many as 11 points. Kennard is out there with Derrick Rose. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Maker. And it's Snell in at the 3. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. Wall with a block.
Now you see the wingspan and the timing by John Wall. What a defensive effort.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Wall's got 20 points.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, he went all in there. He embraces the challenge and somehow finishes with the layup.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
No doubt for me, the offense looks better in the second half. They've been able to dial down those turnovers, and that's been a huge help.
Wizards trail by 7. Down low, Wagner. And Maker sends it back. Here's Kennard. He's covered by Beal. Offensive rebound. Here's Drummond. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
They are just killing them on the interior.
One shot.
Free throw, no good for Drummond.
Yeah, I don't know if any big man has the combination of strength, speed, and hops that Drummond has, not to mention his length, an unreal physical specimen.
Now here's Beal. That one doesn't drop. Rose with the ball. Inside, the steal. And here we go. Washington fast break. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Bryant finds Wall. Beal gets a wide open look. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. Wall's got assist number 8 now on the night. Rose against Wall. Pass to Kennard. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
He had a make from downtown in the first half, but no 3s since then.
The kick out to Brown. Nice ball movement by Washington. 6 on the shot clock. Wagner passes to Beal. Over Rose. Yep, it goes. And the Piston lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Beal.
He's gotten a little bit more selective with his 2-point jumpers, but that's a shot Beal hits with regularity.
And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Griffin's checked in for the Pistons. The free throw drops for Rose. We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. And Wall kicks to Brown. Passes it to Bryant. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Thon Maker. Free throw, good, Bryant. Both free throws good for Bryant. Here's Rose. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th quarter. He kicks to Griffin. Back to Rose. 3-pointer. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Griffin's got 6 assists here tonight. Wizards trail by 8. And here is Beal. There's the pass to Bryant. From deep. And Beal is good for 3. Beal's got a pair of 3s here in the 4th quarter for the Wizards. For Detroit, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Pass to Snell. Griffin looking around. Here's Snell. He's covered by Brown. Clock at 4. Kennard. Another 3 for Detroit.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Now here's Wall. And Bryant kicks to Beal. Good on the shot. Beal's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
And the Pistons making a change here. Drummond's checked in. From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Dwayne Casey talk to his team. He's obviously pretty happy. He said, I know they're not going to take us lightly next time. He knew what the deal was with that underdog role coming into the game.
Brown outside. Kicks it to Wall. Back to Brown. Outside, Wall. Pass to Wagner. Pistons leading by 6. Here's Snell. Griffin, no one around him. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Brown the pass to Wall. Outside Bryant. He dishes it to Beal. Rebound by the Pistons. Drummond's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Snell. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Well, that's how you attack in transition. Remarkable effort, getting as high percentage a look as you can really get.
One shot.
That's good from Snell. Now Wall. Offensive rebound, and it's sent back by Drummond. And he gets it back, and it's Bryant missing.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team. You know, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Whoop shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And good on the second, so he makes them both. All with it, they're looking now at a sizable deficit.
And there's still time left, so they don't necessarily have to really rush the game. And they need to avoid that.
2 open that time, made it look too easy. And it's now 23 points for Beal.
Another triple, and that's been the story of this second half.
Boy, they have consistently been draining shots from deep, and that can take the heart out of an opponent.
Here's Kennard. Griffin kicks to Snell. Just 5 to shoot from the arc. Detroit with the fresh 24. Drummond goes back up. And Griffin with the score. The assist by Drummond. 18 points for Blake Griffin.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Wall passes to Brown. Passes it to Beal. Back to Brown. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by the Pistons. Drummond's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Here's Wall. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And all quarter long, he's been zeroed in and knocks down big shot after big shot here in the fourth.
And here's Rose. It's stolen. Now here's Wall. And there's the pass to Beal. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Now just a 5-point Detroit lead. Rose kicks to Drummond. Outside Rose. Down low. Here's Snell. And he converts the layup. Snell's got 5 points in the quarter.
No, Kevin, no one's ever questioned his court vision. Rose playing unselfish basketball, being the leader this team needs him to be.
Now here's Wall. Outside Beal. Brown outside. The shot misses. And Detroit the other way now. They've led by as many as 11 points.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside. Yeah, nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better. Here's Wall. Stolen by Rose. Feeds it to Griffin. Tries again. Pass to Snell. Back to Rose. Shot clock at 6. There's the triple. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip. 5 for 10.
Not shot from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
And Wall kicks to Brown. Here's Wagner, defended by Griffin. Wagner passes to Beal. Banked in off the glass. Beal's got 27 points.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
To the wing on the left. Shoots the 3. That doesn't go either for Griffin. And so it's Wall with it, bringing it up for Washington. Trailing by 10. Beal can't get it to go. To the paint. Here's Drummond. Fires for 3. They get it back.
And they've gotten very aggressive on the offensive glass here in the second half, getting a lot of second chance points.
Here's Wall. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
He does not look happy. Their defensive rebounding has been putrid, and they're giving up a ton of second chance points.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Blake Griffin.
And he's provided them with a major mismatch on that low block tonight. That they've been able to lean on his scoring in the paint. And if nothing else has worked, he's given them a reliable option on every possession.
Coming into this game, he'd been having a tough stretch. We all know that, but not anymore. He's back at his best, and I think it's safe to say that slump is over. Wagner, good.
And guys on defense gasping for air at this point.
Gasping for air and giving limited effort on the defensive end. Right now, it's all about the offense. Boy, the shooting has been off the charts.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
Detroit leading by 10. Rose kicks to Griffin. Lobbed up there for Drummond. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And when he gets himself into the right position, Drummond so powerful in terms of finishing at the rim. The only way to prevent that alley-oop is to keep him from getting to the launching pad in the first place.
Here is Wall. After the made shot from Andre Drummond. Shoots from 12. Another one falls for Washington.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
Well, there's no doubt this guy's on a hot streak right now. That's why he keeps getting the ball in this one. They're like, hey, we're going to feed the hot hand.
Wizards trail by 10. Here's Beal. The kick out to Wall. Launches it. Beal can't get it to go. The Pistons shooting 55% in the fourth. They are executing late. To the middle. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Out to the wing. Launches it. Rebound collected by Snell. Piston shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall?
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for Detroit.
And they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, for them throughout this game.
Listen, they certainly weren't coasting despite what the score looks like. I love the way they came together, though, when everything started to look a little dire and really put the hammer down.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Blake Griffin.
I think it would be impossible to overstate the influence he had on this basketball game. He was the centerpiece of what they did on the offensive end and the anchor of their defense. That's as complete a performance as we've seen.
Beal from long range. They grabbed their own miss. The 3 from Bryant. No good that time. Here is Frazier. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Blake, very strong game offensively. What gave you the confidence to take over?
Just putting in the work, and my teammates, honestly, believing in me and telling me to be confident at the end of the game. So I owe a lot to them. They came up with big plays. Just everybody working together.
Very good win for you tonight, Blake. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.